Coded messages requires two work groups to function as one unified team to correctly decipher a secret coded message. Each work group has a specific code and task, but collaboration will hold the key to their success. This activity helps participants recognize how misunderstandings occur when groups are challenged by distance and indirect communication. The task is simple. The team must thread all of the rings onto the stand at the same time using only the 20-foot ropes to do so. Participants cannot physically touch the rings or the ground within the circle at any time. Everyone on the team must be involved in the process. Set a time limit that will challenge your group to be focused and centered on the task. Your group must be creative and use their resources effectively to find a solution that works. Ask participants to choose a partner standing across from them. Once everyone has a recognized partner, ask your entire team to step on the square while remaining in physical contact with each other. Split the group in half if you have more than 15 participants. Instruct one team to observe and monitor while the other team works on the square. Next, challenge participants to exchange places with their partner so they are standing where their partner is standing without stepping off the square. Group members must remain in physical contact with each other at all times. Restart the activity if a participant steps off of the square or if contact is broken. Slide Over Babe is a challenging activity that requires focus, patience, and teamwork. Three teams work together to move precious fuel from one end of the gold mine to the other using only the materials provided. Slide Over Babe addresses such topics as collaboration, effective communication, and teamwork. Bridges to Cross Before We Sleep is designed to challenge even the most functional group. Two teams stand on opposite sides of the work area and must cross the area using only the resources provided. Components necessary for success in this activity include planning, teamwork, and creative thinking. Start by creatively dividing your large team into small groups of 2 to 4 participants. Distribute a set of tangram puzzle pieces and a set of shadow image sheets to each group. Be sure that each group receives the same shadow image sheets. Explain that each small group is working to replicate the patterns found on the shadow image sheets using the Tangram puzzle pieces. The pattern must be replicated exactly, and all pieces must be used for each pattern. You have the option of placing a time limit on each attempt, depending on how many shadow image sheets you'd like to complete. Let groups make assumptions about the challenge and allow them to play as naturally as possible. Many times this means being driven by competition, racing to be the first team to complete the task. This concept serves as a great conversation topic in the reflection. Islands and Bridges challenges group members to look beyond the realm of competition and find success in collaboration. Two teams are given the same goal, to travel safely to the mainland. Participants must cross the haunted swamp using only the resources provided. Teams quickly realize that they must share resources and strategies if they wish to cross the swamp. Divide your group into teams of 3. Position an even number of teams at each end of the obstacle field. Distribute one blindfold per team and ask the members of the trios to choose a role for the first of 3 rounds. The roles are Truster, the Communicator, and the Observer. The Truster is blindfolded and guided safely to the edge of the obstacle field by the Communicator. The Communicator must verbally navigate the Truster through the obstacle field without touching any of the obstacles or any other player. The Communicator may not enter the field at any time, but must continue to give verbal directions and coach the Truster through the process. If a Truster touches an obstacle, he or she must remove his or her blindfold and safely exit the obstacle field. You may allow the same person to try again and impose new restrictions. For example, you may wish to remove the Truster's ability to speak while in the obstacle field. Switch roles and allow each person to take a turn in each role. Operation Transfer requires your team to move cups of water from the center of the circle to safety. This activity will challenge your group physically and mentally and addresses such topics as patience, planning, and coordinated effort. Instruct participants to extend both arms out, bend at the elbows, and point at the person across from them. This should position the group in the right formation, hands out at waist level with index fingers extended in between the 2 lines of people. Introduce the levitation pole and explain that the group's challenge is to lower the pole to the ground without anyone becoming disconnected at any time. To begin, place the pole across the top of the outstretched index fingers and make sure everyone is in contact with the pole. Once you release the pole, the group must remain in contact with it until it's released to the ground. Challenge your group to play with integrity and be honest if either finger becomes disconnected from the pole. When this happens, a group member calls reset, the facilitator removes the pole, and the group must start over. You will find that the pole will typically rise rather than lower on the first few attempts until the group can create a strategy for success.